All right, guys, you're on with Ebony Republicans, and we're talking to 147, Jaron Boots Ennis, Earl the True Spence Jr. That fight is going to happen in 2023. I can almost guarantee you the strangest things has been happening. These guys both, out of pure sportsmanship, they're going to make this fight. I totally believe it's going down. Earl is doing a lot of soul searching. Earl knows something that some of us don't know. Now I want to ask you guys real quick, what do you think is the 3 keys to beating Jaron Boots Ennis? I'm going to give you those keys because I know as a trainer what I'm looking for, how I want to beat Boots. Okay? What are the 3 keys? I want you to think about that for a second. What are the 3 keys to beating Jaron Boots Ennis? Even if you're a fan, I want you to think about this. Now, just remember, Terrence Crawford, Floyd Money Mayweather, Pretty Boy, and Jaron Ennis are somewhat of a circus fighters. They got all kinds of shows for you, lined up, tightrope. They got juggling. These guys are jumping through hoops with the Lions. This is who they are. But with a guy in there like Spence, you don't want to do those type of things too much. You want to be as sharp as attack, and if you got an old school coach or a trainer, he hates a circus fighter. He wants you to pay attention at all time, keep both hands on the wheel, and it's almost like once you really learn to be a good driver, you always go and do what you do, knowing that if you was in a car with someone who's your senior or whatever, they would like to see both hands on the wheel. And against a fighter like Spence, who has the best jab at 147 in boxing, period, that is not even debated. You're talking about a guy who has the highest work rate right now and punches thrown per round. A guy who's seasoned, he hits like a damn mule. Just want to throw that out there. What are the 3 keys to beating Boots? In order to beat Boots, you got to have a jab that is seriously bad. One that could promise to stay in the face of Boots Ennis the entire night. That's number 1. Number 2, in order to beat Jaron Boots Ennis, you have to be able to take the body out of him. Make him respect your power to where this becomes the biggest chess match he's ever faced. Number 3, if you're going to beat a Jaron Boots Ennis, you have to be in a dogfight. A complete dogfight where Spence can take him out to the water further than he ever been. And Spence said this. He said, "You're going to keep it up until I'm going to get that blood in my teeth." And your dad know when them eyes turn to you, like on the Lord of the Ring, that tower, the eye is on you, and you ain't getting it off. I'm coming to get you. I'm going to grab you up. We're going to make the t-shirt, and it's going to be Ennis and Boots. Or Boots and the Truth. Here's another concern. If you're Boots camp, you want to get him some good fights in there and a good sparring in there. I know you think he's ready for war, but one of the things you don't want to do, in my opinion, is get in there with a guy serious and as fast and as strong as Spence. And you get in there and you're kind of showing the crowd what you got. Showing the people, this is easy for me. Showing the people, I got this. Watch this here. Watch this move here. You got to get in there and be tight. No clowning around. Not with a guy like Spence, who can get you out of there at any moment, who hits hard enough to take you out with a punch. A concern. Boots have never been hurt that we've seen. It would be unreasonable for anybody to believe that he could win the fight without getting hurt, buzzed, rocked, or damn sure feel the pain. Perhaps let's just hope that everybody comes out that fight straight and they're able to keep on fighting and be dominant the way that they're going to be. But I believe those are the 3 keys to beating Boots. A great jab, and those are the keys to beat Mayweather, and that's why he beat Mayweather in sparring. These is the keys to beat a guy, again, like Crawford. That jab, where it doesn't matter what you switch to, Chief, that jab is in your face either way you come. And if you keep messing up and switching, you're going to run into a bigger problem. You don't switch with a guy who's this fundamental, who has everything he's doing on muscle memory. You understand me? I mean, this is a dangerous fight for Boots. But I do believe the IBF is thinking, and rightly so, here's a new up-and-coming guy. We can be his first prom date. We can be his first kiss. Give him that championship, and the IBF is on top now with Boots. Talking, ready, let's go, come on, get it. Where are we? This is for the IBF. The IBF is speaking up. And boxing need to move along. Now, people are going to say, because I'm not completely talking about Spence, I'm not a fan. Come on, man. No matter what sport I was ever into, I always wanted to see the other team give us a good shake. I don't care if it's the Boston Celtics we're going against or the Lakers. I like it. Sounds good. I wouldn't care if we were going up against the Cowboys or the Eagles. Doesn't matter to me. It's a good show. The Yankees. This is going to be a real fight for Boots. And I'm afraid that he gets hit in this fight with Spence. And he hasn't been hit before. And so you're in there now. It's you and him. Bozy can talk to you now. But you're going up against the truth. Rightly so, Spence needs to know that this is a young guy who's hungry as they come, a young you. But you got to remember that you're the greatest 147-pounder that's ever laced up them gloves. And if Crawford get in there and stop playing around, we can go ahead and get this in with Crawford. But I do believe that Crawford is already busy. He's talking Charlo and he's talking other things. He hasn't even got back into negotiations, and he's already, as his supporters talking about, he's got his eggs in different baskets. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: if you are Terrence Crawford, you got to remember, these type of moments come once in a lifetime. It may not be a case to where you can get a Pacquiao Mayweather type of deal going on, because the only reason why Pacquiao forced that fight, to be honest with you, Pacquiao made him fight him, okay? And he hung around long enough, and even after him, to keep going and come for other champions as well. That's what you get in Pacquiao. Okay, Crawford is not that kind of guy. This is a total different circumstance. So that fight, unfortunately, may never come about, only because Crawford will continue to run and duck, okay? Now, I would not be mad, shamed, or disappointed if Spence go ahead and knock out Keith Thurman, okay? Get that great tune-up in there. You're going to need that, right? Rest up, and after the end of the year, go ahead and get it on with Jaron Boots Ennis for that IBF. Get the 20 days, let him register it. Come on and let's get it. You guys asked for it long enough. I believe this is the direction we're going to go in. I believe the 3 keys of beating him, though, is a solid jab. If you're going to beat this guy, you got to have the best jab. Spence, fortunately, he has it like this is Zelda. If you're going to beat this guy, you got to have relentless body work to where he is uncomfortable, that he has to worry about your jab and worry about you hitting him in the body for the first time, to where he's uncomfortable. He is not fighting the Boots fight, where Bozy got to get mad at him for the first time. Come on, man. We got what you're doing, man. I told you, man. He's a regular guy. He's a normal guy. Get in there. Take it to her. Back up. Boom, boom, boom. Then we're going to walk him down. We're going to do the same thing he's doing to us. Boots have been sitting there saying, but wait a minute, man. He hits hard, man. Wait a minute now. This ain't what I thought it was, man. Now I see why Ugas didn't fight back more. Any of these guys, you get in there and you get to fighting with him, and after about the second round, and them shit start hurting on your goddamn arm and your leg and your ribs and your earlobes and everything, and so you just start to block a little bit more, and from there it comes to where he tees off, walks you down. We get him out of there. He was young. He went up against a good champion. He wanted to lose to somebody like Spence. Great. We love it. Boots, you get all the respect and the props in the world. He's not a duck. This is what happens.